Have you ever wondered how the world has changed on a single day, say February 28th, throughout history? February 28th, just another day on the calendar, right? But when we dig a little deeper, we find that it's so much more than that. It's a day that has witnessed the ebb and flow of human history, a day that has seen triumphs and tragedies, innovations and revolutions. It's a day like any other. And yet, it's a day like no other. Now, why February 28th, you may ask? Well, why not? Every day has its own tale to tell, and today we're going to unravel the tapestry of time that is woven around this particular date. So buckle up, history buffs, as we embark on a journey through time, traversing the centuries from the cobblestone streets of 16th century Europe to the digital highways of the 21st century. We'll be your guide through the annals of history, taking you on a whirlwind tour of the events that have shaped our world, one February 28th at a time. We'll delve into wars and peace treaties, explore scientific breakthroughs and cultural milestones, and meet the movers and shakers who have left their indelible mark on history. We'll traverse the tumultuous tides of time, exploring the myriad ways in which this one day has echoed through the ages. But this isn't just a history lesson. It's a celebration of human resilience, ingenuity, and the relentless march of progress. It's a testament to our shared past, a reflection on where we've come from, and a glimpse into where we're headed. So, as we stand at the dawn of another February 28th, we hope to inspire you with the knowledge that every day holds the potential to change the world, that every moment is a part of the grand tapestry of history. As we journey back in time, let's start our exploration in the 16th century. Our journey begins in the year 1649, in the midst of the Irish Confederate Wars. It was a time of turbulence and conflict, where the fabric of Ireland was being reshaped by the forces of war. On February 28th of that year, a significant event occurred that would come to be known as the Sack of Wexford. The town of Wexford, with its strategic location on the southern coast of Ireland, was a coveted prize for both sides of the conflict. The English parliamentarian forces, led by the infamous Oliver Cromwell, set their sights on this town. Cromwell, a figure whose legacy is still hotly debated today, was known for his ruthless military strategy and his unyielding pursuit of victory. The assault on Wexford was swift and brutal. The parliamentarian forces breached the town's walls and chaos ensued. The defenders, primarily Irish Confederate troops, fought valiantly, but were overwhelmed by the superior numbers and firepower of the invaders. The town was sacked, with many of its inhabitants slaughtered in the ensuing violence. The Sack of Wexford was a pivotal moment in the Irish Confederate Wars. It marked a turning point in the conflict, signaling the growing dominance of the English parliamentarian forces in Ireland. The event also had profound implications for the Irish people, as it led to a period of hardship and suffering that would last for years. The figures involved in the Sack of Wexford, particularly Oliver Cromwell, would go on to play significant roles in the shaping of Irish and English history. Cromwell, for instance, remains a controversial figure, reviled by some as a brutal oppressor and admired by others as a strong military leader. The Sack of Wexford marked a bloody chapter in the Irish Confederate Wars, but as we move forward in time, we will see February 28th was a day of both conflict and peace. We now travel to the 19th century, to the establishment of an institution that would shape the future of education in the western United States. The University of Utah, a name that resonates with academic excellence and innovation, was officially established on February 28, 1850. This was a mere 3 years after the pioneers, led by Brigham Young, first set foot in the Salt Lake Valley. The university's establishment marked a significant milestone in the history of the region, paving the way for a future rich in educational opportunities. In its early years, the university, then known as the University of Desiree, faced numerous challenges, including financial constraints and intermittent closures. However, these hurdles only served to strengthen the institution's resolve. In 1867, under the leadership of Dr. John R. Park, the university reopened and began to thrive. The university's growth was not just limited to an increase in student numbers, it started to diversify its curriculum, offering courses in various disciplines, including arts, science, and engineering. This growth was reflective of the university's commitment to providing a holistic education, one that would equip its students with the skills and knowledge needed to contribute to the advancement of society. In addition to its academic pursuits, the University of Utah was instrumental in fostering a culture of research. The university's faculty and students made significant contributions to various fields, from medicine to computer science. These contributions were not just confined to the campus. They had a far-reaching impact, influencing the course of education and research in the region and beyond. The establishment of the University of Utah on this day in 1850 was more than just the birth of an institution. It was the embodiment of a vision of a future where education and research would be the driving forces of progress. The University of Utah has since grown to become a beacon of education and research, a testament to the transformative power of February 28th. Fast forward to the 20th century, when February 28th became a landmark day in the world of sports broadcasting. In the heart of winter, in 1940, a seminal event in sports history unfolded. It wasn't a record-breaking performance or a dramatic last-second win, but rather it was the first time a basketball game was televised. This might seem commonplace now, with games from every major sport aired round the clock, but back then it was an innovation that changed the landscape of sports forever. The game in question was a college matchup between Fordham University and the University of Pittsburgh. Broadcasting this game was not just about showing people at home how the game was played, but it was also about connecting fans with the sport in a way that had never been done before. Imagine the excitement of fans who, for the first time, didn't have to rely on radio broadcasts or newspaper reports to follow their favorite teams. They could now watch the action unfold right before their eyes from the comfort of their living rooms. It was a revelation that made the game more accessible and, in turn, more popular. This televised game was a significant leap forward in the evolution of sports broadcasting. It marked the beginning of a new era where fans could be part of the action without being physically present at the game. It brought about a sense of immediacy and intimacy with the sport that was previously unimaginable. Moreover, it set the stage for the growth and development of basketball. The visibility that television provided helped basketball blossom from a relatively obscure sport into a global phenomenon. It also paved the way for the rise of sports celebrities, as players now had a platform that reached far beyond the confines of the basketball court. In essence, the first televised basketball game was more than just a broadcast. It was a game changer. It transformed the way fans interacted with the sport and how the sport was perceived on a larger scale. It was a significant milestone in the journey of basketball, from its humble origins to its present-day status as one of the most popular sports in the world. This momentous broadcast opened a new chapter in sports history, making February 28th a day to remember. As we reach the end of the 20th century, we find a day of ceasefire and the hope for peace. On February 28, 1991, the world exhaled a collective sigh of relief as the Gulf War officially came to an end. This conflict, one of the most significant military operations since the Second World War, had been raging since August of 1990. The war, sparked by Iraq's invasion of Kuwait, quickly escalated into an international crisis, pitting Iraq against a coalition of 35 nations led by the United States. The key figures involved in this conflict were many, but a few stand out. Saddam Hussein, the then president of Iraq, was the man who lit the fuse by ordering the invasion of Kuwait. On the other side, the coalition was led by the likes of President George H.W. Bush of the United States, Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher of the United Kingdom, and Saudi Arabia's King Fahd, among others. The 42-day war was characterized by a massive aerial bombing campaign followed by a swift ground assault. The coalition forces, leveraging their technological and numerical superiority, quickly overwhelmed the Iraqi forces, liberating Kuwait and pushing deep into Iraq. The implications of this ceasefire were far-reaching. On the one hand, it marked a victory for the international community and the principle of collective security, as the world united to repel an act of aggression. However, the end of the Gulf War also set the stage for further conflict in the Middle East, as unresolved issues and tensions continued to simmer beneath the surface. The war had a profound impact on the world, reshaping geopolitical alliances, influencing military strategies, and affecting global oil prices. It also brought about a shift in the balance of power in the Middle East, with Iraq's military capabilities severely diminished and Kuwait's sovereignty restored. While the Gulf War left a lasting impact on the world, its end on February 28th marked a moment of hope and resolution. Our journey through time comes to an end, but the significance of February 28th in history continues to resonate. This day has been a stage for various key events that have shaped our world. We started with the dawn of February 28th, a day like any other, yet unique in its historical context. We revisited the Sack of Wexford in 1649, an event that marked a turning point in the Irish Confederate Wars. We then journeyed to 1850, to the establishment of the University of Utah, a beacon of education and innovation in the American West. The world of sports was forever changed on this day in 1940, when the first basketball game was televised, transforming how we engage with sports. And who could forget 1991, when the Gulf War came to an end, a significant event that reshaped the geopolitical landscape of the Middle East. Each event, in its own way, has left an indelible mark on our collective history, demonstrating the power of a single day to change the course of history. So, next time February 28th rolls around, remember the historical tapestry woven on this day and ponder what history the future might bring.